Welcome back to the Ratchet Ramblings podcast presented to you by the CSPN. Thank you for joining us for another episode. I am one third of your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante on Twitter, aka Black Panther, aka it is Easter weekend and y'all niggas on Al Green's internet are wildin', aka say no to coworkers. And as usual, I am joined by my friends and my co-hosts.
Yes, it is your girl, London's mom, BK and Cousin Dyer, aka my daughter just put orange peel all on my damn box. AKA start killing these niggas when they put their hands on you the first time. Don't even let it get to a second time. Tase a nigga until he shit on himself. Okay?
That is a word. That is a sermon. Um, and we are joined by our third co-host and our dear friend. I know all of y'all missed him. We missed him. I'll let him introduce his illustrious self now.
What's up, listeners? I'm making my triumphant return. I've been busy. Mabu and Baku has kept me pretty busy. So I wasn't able to make my usual rounds, but I'm here now. Curtis, aka Trilificent, aka Mr. Don't Be Alive near me at work. I'm ready to fuck shit up. I don't even feel like doing a lot of AKAs. AKA, let's get this shit started.
That is correct.
Oh, first pay the bills. Forgot about that. Pay the bills, because I don't want Classic coming for my goddamn neck.
Right. As usual, you are listening to a CSPN Media podcast presentation. Go to our website, cspn.us, and click on that podcast tab and click Ratchet Ramblings. Listen to all of our wonderful episodes thus far, and especially those that have our dear friend Curtis on it, as he is our third co-host.
You're welcome.
Correct. And if you like what the fuck we have to say about all these Ratchet TV shows, you can go to that Keep Our Podcast Free tab on the right side of our website, shout out all of our many sponsors, and use all of the many promo codes and offers that we have. It is of no extra cost to you. All it does is give our boss man and CEO Classic a portion of the brick to keep the lights on and pay for bandwidth and all that CEO of a podcasting network's site shit that he does. So we can keep all this shit free, this show, Crown of Collars, all the other wonderful shows on the CSPN. So you won't have to pay to listen to my country ass sound like some moonshine and a nigga that'll build a fighter jet from scratch. So yeah.
Definitely look like you could build a carburetor with your feet.
All right.
She didn't lie.
She didn't, but friend, please. And also go to our dear friend Curtis's website and support his podcast, The Gay Side Stories. Go to gaysidestories.com. That is the hub for all things, all that LGBTQIA shit all the time. Speaking of which, it is Trans Day of Visibility. Am I right, Curtis?
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure Curtis will have some things about that up on the website, and also shout out and uplift and support our trans brothers and sisters, especially our trans brothers and sisters of color,
especially the Black trans sisters, because it's tough out here for our trans sisters. Like it feels like every week you're reading an article about a trans woman of color, usually Black, being murdered.
Correct.
That's why it's getting to the point where them jokes and quote unquote all that it's not funny, because it's people's lives. They are literally in danger.
Correct. And speaking of lives, one that matters a lot to us, our friend and my co-host on Crown of College, shout out to Bianca.
My sister Bianca.
Shout out to Bianca.
Yes. She get on my nerves, but I love her. It's fine.
Well, some things never change. So
that is correct. It's
and
fine.
Some things do. What movie was that where they said that? Was that The Matrix? One of them damn movies.
It's fine.
I feel like it was The Matrix. I don't know. I mean, it was white people, so I get a pass for not really knowing.
Right. I mean, I mean, once you've seen one white person movie, you've seen them all, really. So
right. Well, I mean, The Matrix is the movie, but I just don't remember. I mean, it did have at least a couple niggas in it, a sprinkle of niggas.
Yeah. Like a dab of
niggas. A dab of niggas.
Yeah, just a little dash. A dash of nigga.
Just a little dab
Right.
of niggas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, London is too busy eating, so you don't hear her mouthing off. You know,
For now.
Niggas get food and they get quiet. But her grandma made it to Denver safely.
Hey, White Diamonds.
Yeah.
Come on, White Diamonds, come through. Storm through.
She said, White Diamonds is here. The city ain't gonna never be the same.
It ain't gonna smell the same either. Hallelujah.
Shit on and popping.
I'm here for it.
Yes.
Before we get into the shows, it's two stories that have been bothering my soul for the past week. The Stephen Clark stuff, Stephen Clark, I don't know.
I think it's Stephen, yeah.
Stephen Clark, may he rest in peace. Another police abusing their power and taking an innocent black life, talking about they thought he had a cell phone, but they thought he had a gun, but it was his iPhone. I've been using an iPhone for umpteen years now. I've never known an iPhone to resemble a gun, but
yeah,
maybe my eyesight fucked up in 2018.
Right. I mean, and the thing about that is now everybody's eyesight is fucked up because, conveniently the body cams were turned off prior to
them and
the
all
altercation.
Kind of shit,
yeah. And I believe the latest that I saw, the family had an autopsy done and he was shot in the back like 7 or 8 times.
Yep.
Out of 20, mind you.
Fucked up aim.
Right. It's like, oh, he got a gun and I'm scared from behind. Okay, sure. Okay.
Sure, Jan. Sure.
Because, that's how things work.
However, some of his tweets and his baby mama wife, I don't know what she is, tweets, Asian woman, came to light, and he was really, 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 really anti-black and homophobic, and social media, particularly black men, are up. Straight black men, let me say that. Straight black men are up in arms because black women are choosing to divest from this situation. He didn't deserve to die, especially not like that, and not at the hands of people that we pay to protect us. That's where a lot of our tax money goes, paid police force and fire department. However, that's all I have on that. May he rest in peace. May he get the justice he deserves. May his family get the justice that they deserve, because multiple kids are left without a father. But this is not for me to stand on the front lines of.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was like, this is one of the ones where we probably are not going to stand on the front lines. And if you feel a way about it, then you just hopefully you're on the front line feeling a way about it and not just sitting behind a tweet feeling a way about it. But basically the sentiment that my friend is trying to impart on everyone is really don't have it in us to be very vocal about this one, because this is clearly someone who would not have done the same if the shoe was on the other foot, based on the information that has been presented via his tweets and via his baby mama or whatever. So, I hope that all of the people who feel like this is quote unquote not the time to be divisive and whatever other excuses you have, I just really hope that y'all are on the front line fighting for him, because I don't know how you can reasonably expect black women and black queer people to to fight for someone who is on record for not being here for us. And it is what it is. We're not saying he doesn't deserve justice. It's just that we are not speaking for us particularly. I'm not speaking for the whole queer community, but myself, Candace, specifically are not going to be stewards of helping get that justice.
Yeah, I like,
it is what it is. I hope he does, and he didn't deserve to die, but
people he saw it for be willing to
right. I hope his exotic baby mama, because I believe that was part of the whole thing from what I saw.
Asian and May, and the thing about the tweets, let me get this out in the open. I don't care who you choose to date, or who you choose to love, or who you choose to procreate with. What I will not overlook is how you treat your own people because you choose to date outside your race.
Yep. And that's
you like your baby mamas. That is your prerogative. But talking about black women and queer black people as if they're beneath you and they deserve to die and shit like that. And that's why black bitches losing. Like, I don't really have too much tolerance for that kind of talk.
Yeah, it is what it is. R.I.P.
Moving on.
And moving right along.
I would just like to say I echo the sentiments of y'all. I said this on Twitter. It's one of those things where both things can be true. One, he did not deserve to die. And two, people, especially the people that are affected by the harm, whether through his actions or with his words, have the right to be like, yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah.
Now, what I do, one thing I thought about and what I fear is because the person that unearthed tweets was a Russian, probably a Russian bot, because it was an account that was like created recently that was like following 17 and had like 9 followers. What I fear is, are people going to, and by people, I mean white folks, are they going to start searching for and unearthing fucked up beliefs and views that people of color that get slain by the police in cold blood? I wonder, is that a tactic that they're going to start using?
So let me tell you why that doesn't matter. Because they already do it. It's just, it may not be tweets, but 9 times out of 10, when a person is slain by the police that happens to be black, you see mugshots. They dig up something like, oh, they smoked weed once.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, but I just want you to understand that they're already doing it. It's just they haven't started combing through tweets. So they may start, but it's not going to be any worse than what they already do.
Yeah, not that it's new, but I'm saying like the tactic. I wonder if that's like a new tactic that they'll use, just in the form of, like you said, like it used to be like records and stuff, but now they're moving to like tweets and shit.
No, it'll just be in conjunction. They're still because the worst that they can do is a mugshot.
Yeah.
Once a white person sees once a white person sees a black person, they already have their biases. But then when you tack on a mugshot and a criminal record, it's pretty much lost from there, and everything else is just icing on that raggedy ass cake.
Yeah.
So, I honestly, I truly believe if they did start combing through people's social media in these instances, it probably would only be an outrage to people like us. Like, no one else is, they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, I knew it because look, he had a mugshot, or he was arrested once, or here's some pictures that they took from his Facebook, because they already do that, where he was drunk or she was drunk.
Yeah,
like we can't even do normal stuff like drink and without being looked down upon in these situations.
Yeah.
We're criminals and we're less than for doing the same shit that white people do. It's just elevating when we have our lives stolen from us.
Right.
So I get it, but I don't think it'll be any different. It'll just be an additional thing on top of whatever else they can dig up.
Yeah, I honestly think they did it just to create division among black men and black women because they know how much that's a boiling point in black Twitter.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what it is, and more so, it's not gonna be. They're not doing it to sway like white public opinion. They're just doing it to get black people to argue amongst themselves. Like I promise you, on Twitter today, I saw more talk of that than people being like, "Hey, we're doing a protest here. You know, here's the details. Here's the information."
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's easy to do that because, listen, especially between straight black men and women, I don't know what y'all got going on brewing between y'all, but it does not take much for the shit to pop off. So, but I have to say, in this instance, it might be orchestrated like you guys are saying, but it's the same thing as who's the woman who got killed and then
Sandra Bland.
Yeah. No. Well, Sandra Bland too, but it was someone's daughter.
Erica Garner.
Yeah, Erica Garner. It was the same thing with Erica Garner. So it's just like, you know, it's just hard. It's that thing where it's hard to reconcile because a lot of us, our everyday mentality is you're not pro-black if you're not pro-black for everybody. And then you get slain and we see proof that you were not pro-black for everyone. It's hard. You know, it's like, yes, that's one of my brothers, one of my sisters, or whatever they want to be referred to as, that is slain. But at the same time, it's like, but they were not fighting for everyone. So you just have to kind of split that line and be like, I pay my respects, but I don't have too much, because if the roles were reversed based on what you've presented to the world, you would not have a voice for me, because you didn't have a voice for me when you were alive.
Right.
And I know that sounds fucked up. Hey, life is fucked up. You know, me as a person that's in the community, even as a black man, like as a man, I have more privilege than other people in the community, but there's still levels of danger for me. Like as a cis man, but any day I could go on Grindr trying to meet somebody and be lured to my death, because that is something that people do. You know, right. So it's still real out here for us. So you're using your voice while you're alive to not include me and people like me, and then in death, RIP. I don't wish you any ill will in your death, or I guess, but that's all I have. Like,
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Well, so may he rest in peace. May he get justice.
Yeah.
What's for dinner, guys?
Yeah. So to sandwich between, because I know we have another heavy thing that we're going to hit on before we get to these bad wigs. So Cardi B, two things with Miss B. She has a new single. It's called Be Careful. A lot of people don't like it because they feel like it's not, you know, her usual whatever.
I haven't heard
blah blah. I listened to it today specifically. I liked it. It's it's like a mid-tempo song, a different flow, and she's, you know, basically talking about the nigga. It's kind of like you've done me wrong.
It's kind of like it feel like it's dedicated to Offset.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I was gonna say it's kind of like a you did me wrong, but if I were to do the same things to you that you did to me, I would be wrong. But I'm not that kind of girl. But you still need to be careful because, you know, I like the song. I get what a lot of people were saying on Twitter. Like, you know, it was kind of split. A lot of people didn't like it. Fair, whatever. A lot of people like it, but they're like, it's not a single song. It's more of an album cut. And only thing I can say is, I agree. It probably is not the strongest choice for a single, but given Cardi B's story, especially dealing with Offset, I completely understand why she would release this song at this time. Like strategically, logically, if you look at it, it makes a lot of sense.
Listen, just the fact that Offset is constantly cheating the single garnered a lot of buzz. As soon as somebody listened, it was like, oh yeah, she taking shots at Offset. Everybody ran and listened to it.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
So,
like I say, it was strategic.
Even if you think the song trash, you gave it the streams
right
that it needs. So, like I don't dislike it. But I kind of like don't necessarily want to hear that from her, considering she's in the midst. She's in the and dead in the middle of the bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
that's the only thing. Like,
if I hear it after we get official news that Cardi B and Offset split, then I'll be like, oh, this shit jamming. But it's kind of like, babe, you still kind of claim the nigga. You still arguing on Twitter over him. You still sending your best friend the DM chicks talking about, I'm gonna pull up on you. Like, there's no reason to release this song when you in the middle of this shitty relationship.
Yeah.
Like, give us this. Like, we got Lemonade after Beyonce almost probably shot Jay-Z dick off, and he was back on the straight and narrow.
Listen, I don't know what she did, but being who she is, and we know she's petty, I know she put him through the ringer. So I agree. Like I said, on the one hand, it makes sense strategically because it's kind of like her way of saying, I'm handling it behind closed doors, like behind the scenes. So y'all chill, and this is how I feel about it, in case y'all weren't sure. But at the same time, you're right. It doesn't pack the punch that you would expect because she's still in the shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it is for me.
So, so the other thing with Cardi B, so she announced that the video for Bartier Cardi is going to be premiering during the next episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And I said this on Twitter. I am confusion because Cardi, whatever the fuck, Bartier has been out for a minute, like a hot ass, like a hot minute. And you're just now releasing the video, and you just released a new single. So I'm a little confused because which one are we supposed to concentrate on? Like, and Bartier Cardi was still a hit. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but it was still a hit. I believe that it's eligible to be certified platinum. But as far as I can tell, people have pretty much forgotten about that song because there was never a visual.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it in a while, honestly.
Me neither. I mean, maybe they're banking on the visual will kind of give the song some resurgence, but then at the same time, it's like, if that was what you were betting, then why release a new single? Anyway, I don't know. I feel like there's some missteps going on in Cardi B's camp, but
yeah, it's like, it's whatever.
Y'all work it out, I guess, and good luck, everybody. Oh, and her album. It's supposed to be.
When she announced this fucking pregnancy and get it out the way, because
right.
Nerves is. I'm super tired.
Yeah, and her album is supposed to be coming out on April 6th. She like randomly announced it. It's like, my album's coming out in a week, and everybody was like, "Girl, why are we just not hearing about?" Like, apparently she said it a while ago, but you kind of had to take that with a grain of salt because she'd been saying that her album was gonna come out since October. And here it is many moons later, but now it's supposed to be coming out. And I saw a video on Instagram. She was like, I've been in the studio, trying to put the final touches on it. And so we'll see. Hopefully they took all this time to put out a quality album. Because if it's boo-boo, good luck, Cardi. They're going to tear your ass to shreds. Even more than they have been tearing you to shreds over Offset. If that album is boo-boo, woo! Good luck, sis.
Good the hell luck.
Good damn luck, because girl. So, you guys want to move into the last thing before we start talking about love and wigs?
Love and wigs.
Love and wig hop.
A lot of niggas and some dumbass women on Twitter have been doing mental gymnastics in regards to this latest news about Fabulous and Emily B. Initially, it was reported that the police have been called, and then he turned himself in for because a warrant was out or something for domestic abuse, and he turned himself in. He got a summons for court, and that was that. And then slowly but surely things started to roll out. That man is a fucking monster. let me say that. That nigga is a monster. The first report rolled out and it said that he had punched her in the face to the point where she lost 2 of her front teeth. And that he threatened to kill her father and her brother because they removed his guns from their home that he shared with Emily. And then people was like, well, that could just be hearsay. And then TMZ got the video footage.
Mm-hmm.
That monster, I can't even call him a nigga. That monster was in that video with a weapon, lunging at Emily, lunging at her dad. His security held him back. Why he needs security, I don't know. Fabulous ain't had a good song since the shit he did with Tamia. But that's
if we're gonna be honest, one could argue that he's never had a good song, but that just depends on how you feel.
And that's fair. I was just trying to be generous.
No, we don't need to be generous in this instance because fuck him. First and foremost, fuck him.
You could hear the baby screaming in the background. You could see Emily so scared. That man took a step toward her and she jumped out her skin. And he like, why the fuck you got these niggas over here referring to her father and brother? She like, that's my dad. He like, I don't give a fuck who it is. Boy, listen. Kill these niggas. Kill them.
You know, I don't have a lot here because like I didn't watch the video. I read about it, but I just, I don't have a lot for videos of this nature. I will say again, fuck him. Fuck everybody making excuses for him. Fuck all of the we need to hear the whole story first and she probably lying. Fab was about to make big moves and she trying to bring him down. Fuck all those people too. All of the apologists, all of the excuses. Fuck all of that because at the end of the day, it's always the same thing in situations like this. And I really want y'all to ask yourselves, why is it that you want to give the benefit of the doubt to the person that's allegedly abusing somebody versus the person that is saying they're being abused? Why is that? And in this instance, it's Fabulous and it's a celebrity, but this happens all the time. Like even with regular ass niggas, when regular news stories about domestic abuse and stuff like that hit the timeline, you got all these people that want to give the benefit of the doubt to the person who is allegedly abusing somebody. And I just want to know why. Why do they versus the person saying this person hit me, beat me up, doing whatever the case, threatened me, why does that person not get the benefit of the doubt? Like y'all, and this fear of false accusations, like if the accusations are false, then tear the person down but you don't need to be preemptively trying to do it. I don't understand that. Because if it was your mother, if it was your sister, if it was somebody close to you, one of your homegirls, you wouldn't want people being like, oh, that bitch lying. That bitch, that's a man. He was about to make big moves. She's just trying to tear him down. You wouldn't want nobody saying that shit.
That nigga is 40 years old and he wears skinny jeans. How big a move was he finna make in his life?
The biggest move at this point that Fabulous was making was a bowel movement. Let's be fucking honest. Like he not making no big moves. Nobody has given a fuck about Fabulous since 2000, never.
And let me get this off my chest. Asking women why they didn't leave, why they didn't call the police, your brothers and your father and your this and that should have did something, your male cousin. Let me tell you something. A woman shouldn't have to rely on her male family members to put a nigga in his place, because you should not be hitting and abusing your fucking spouse.
Exactly. Point blank, period.
You shouldn't need a bodyguard and a security guard in your goddamn relationship, because hands should be kept to themselves. And this thing about why they didn't leave, that man turned himself in and he walked right back out that police station with a summons to appear in court.
Exactly.
I heard got a slap on the wrist for punching the mother his children's front teeth out of her mouth and threatening to kill her father and her brother on TV.
Mm-hmm.
He got charged with making terrorist threats, and he ain't sitting in nobody's goddamn jail cell.
Right. And
what exactly is she supposed to do when somebody has the resources to fuck with you and abuse you no matter where you go?
Exactly.
What would he even have done for Emily?
Exactly. You touched on it right there, and I want to say, and we'll probably touch on it a little bit when we get to Real Housewives, but that's the thing. It's not easy for people. I'll say people because everybody is universal.
Yeah.
To leave an abuser, because that person, they don't just give up. They don't just be like, oh well, they gone now. Like, that's not how that works. Like, if it's an abusive pattern, they're used to that and they feel like they own the person, because that's usually how they feel. They don't just let you walk away. No. Most of the time they have to be made to let you go. And even then, sometimes shit, you still got to look over your shoulder, because a lot of times they don't give a fuck. Restraining orders, they don't care about restraining orders. They don't care about police could be watching them. They could know the police watching them, and they still will try to get to the person.
This all started, reports say that this all started because she went to LA and did not tell him, and he was in LA and didn't know that she was in LA. He couldn't control her, and this is how it started.
Right. Even if you could argue they together, I don't think are they married? I don't know.
No, they're not married at all.
Whatever the case may be, they together, so he should have known. This is not a normal reaction to that.
At all.
Be mad, slam a door, whatever, but all of this, literally fighting the woman, threatening to kill her people, like that, these are not normal reactions to anything going on in a relationship. And asking, what did she do to make him react that way? All you're doing is normalizing this behavior. This level of reaction is not normal behavior.
It's not normal. Like, and I can't say it again. It's not normal. And like, I'm gonna even stop myself saying, get out. If you can get out safely, if you have somebody you could turn to help you get out of an abusive situation, please do so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have the resources, if you know somebody who has the resources who's willing to help you. And it's sad to say, because we used to be like, call the police, put these niggas in jail. The police ain't even putting these niggas in jail when they beating on women, beating on their spouses, not just women, because this happens in the LGBTQ community as well. When spouses are abusing their spouses, even calling the police on them is not working anymore. It's not helping, because she called the police on him and he turned himself in and went right back home and had a good night's rest. And now she's trying to find a dentist and shit, get her teeth replaced.
Yep. I mean, and you know what? What really is just mind blowing in this is that not only is calling the police not as effective as it seemingly used to be, even putting these niggas on blast publicly is not a deterrent. Because it seemed like every other week we getting another story about some man, a celebrity at that. So you can imagine how many regular men are doing it behind closed doors where nobody knows. every other week it's a celebrity putting his hands on a woman. Like in 2018, y'all putting y'all hands on women and spouses, whatever domestic situation, all willy-nilly like it's nothing. And I know it's nothing new, but again, the visibility to actually be able to see how frequent and how what I can't even think of the word, just to see how often this happens. And it's just like, what is going on? Like, I've never really been around men who had that mentality that they could put their hands on people like it was nothing. And it's strange to me. I'm just like, where is the breakdown between you being raised and you becoming an adult where you feel like you can do this? Literally put your hands on somebody like this, threatening to kill them. Hell, in some instances, killing them. So again, I say, to wrap up my thoughts on it, fuck him, and fuck everybody making excuses for him.
Yeah. And I just want to just send some thoughts and kind words to Emily, and hopefully she's somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Hopefully she plans to press charges to the fullest extent of the law to protect herself, protect her kids, protect her family.
Instead of trying to protect him, because a lot of victims protect their abusers.
I don't want to send my kid's father to jail. Hey. You know what? Domestic violence cases will go down if you just start killing these niggas. Honestly. Ain't no charges to file. Ain't no charges to press because they're going to be 6 feet under. Ladies, start protecting yourselves. Take some self-defense. Learn how to shoot a gun. How to raise a blade under your tongue. Use a knife. Get you some brass knuckles. Do protect yourself. And more importantly, if a man just starts showing signs early, get out early. Don't wait till you 3 kids in and he beating the snot out you. If in the few first months of dating he show you he trying to control you and he talking to you crazy and he trying to isolate you from your friends and your family, and get the hell out. That's not normal. Cause I'm gonna tell you, most men, either straight or gay, listen, they want you to get your ass out their face sometimes so they can have a peace of mind. You go take your ass out with your friends, girl. Go do something. So
yeah. I just agree. You know, you can't. I hope that people, specifically women, at some point, I just hope that if they're in this situation that they see, or even if you're not in this situation, just knowledge that you can't love an abuser into not abusing you.
No.
And
you cannot.
That's all I got.
Yeah. So we gonna jump into the shows because we don't have a lot of shows to really discuss because for a while we was cluttered up, but now we got Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is winding down, Black Ink. So where y'all want to start, Curtis? Where you want to start? Because it's been a while since you've been here with us. So kick us off.
Okay, so full disclosure, I did not watch all the shows I was supposed to watch this week. I'm trash, so good luck, everybody. So I'm gonna say let's do it in the order of the amount of notes that I have, and so since I have no notes for Black Ink Crew, we can start there. No, we can start there.
Oh, okay.
We'll start there, then we'll do Real Housewives, and then we can end with Love and Hip Hop because I have a lot of thoughts about Love and Hip Hop.
Okay, cool. So Black Ink was pretty dry this week because I watched it and I forgot, and then I had to default to Jeremy to help me jog my memory. But
that's why I'm here for.
Let me just say this: the problems that you inflict on yourself are not everybody else's problems.
Correct.
Like let's get that out the way, and that includes parenting. If you don't have kids, this is no I know you won't get it, but to those of us who have kids, having kids is a choice for most of us. Most of us. I don't want to be like, well, what about special cases? For most of us willingly lay down, unprotected, and end up procreating. When you do that, and then you choose to keep that baby that you made, the onus of taking care of your kids rests on you and the other parent. The end. Walt is having whole ass meltdowns because he owed back child support. Baby, that's your fucking fault. You had more kids than you could take care of. You on Black Ink getting a check and you still can't take care of your goddamn kids. Tell us what the fuck is up.
He is on Black Ink getting a check and he don't do shit.
Literally nothing.
Absolutely nothing. At least in the first few seasons, he was taking shitty photographs of people pretending to be a photographer, talking about less work.
Now he literally is just the messy shop Negro.
He's a level below the messy shop nigga, because in every barbershop, if there's a messy ass nigga that sits in the chair that don't ever cut no hair, don't ever do anything, at the very least, at some point he gonna pick up a broom and he gonna sweep the hair. He may sweep it in a pile and never pick up the pile, but at least he gonna pick up a broom. Walt don't even do that. Walt, and I'm like, you should know what a broom look like because you built like one. But that's besides the point.
He built like an old broom, you know, when the bristles start to curl up and shit.
Yes. Yeah. Like one that got a little soot on it.
Speaking of soot, you know what Walt is built like? Walt is built like a fire poker.
Get your goddamn ass off my podcast.
No, stay with me. You know how, you remember like back in the day, everybody family had that set of fireplace tools, even if they didn't have a fireplace?
Curtis,
I swear.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Thank you.
I didn't lie though.
No, you did not.
Oh, but we say all that because this week
he do look like a smoked cigarette. Like,
he do.
I told you he looked like a struck match. But I said that and y'all told me to get out and we hadn't even started, so whatever. Y'all against me today. That's fine.
You are doing amazing, friend. But so we say all that because this episode, Walt just, the shop manager, Tatiana, who Candace had to keep reminding me of her name. Thank you so much, friend. Your support means everything. She was venting about her parents judging her because she works in a tattoo shop or is a manager of a tattoo shop, and how they want her to go to school and get a nice respectable job, basically some respectability politics shit. And Walt just flips the fuck out, saying that she playing a victim and she wants attention, and wham, my parents want me to go to school, wham, at least you got parents and we all got problems, and why you complaining and stuff. And it's like, Walt,
shut the fuck up.
Shut the entire fuck up. Like, one, she was just venting to the shop, which all y'all do is say that y'all family, and all y'all do is talk about everybody's problems. Every goddamn episode. All the girl was doing was venting to the shop that's supposed to have her back, like they be having all them they back, sometimes to a fault and too much, but you know that's neither here nor there. And you just saw that because you boxing with your demons, because you look like a demon, and just went after this girl for no fucking reason.
I get the boxing with my demons.
God, fucking Walt look like an exercise demon.
He do look like a Shinigami from Death Note.
He do. Yeah. Look like some shit from the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
He look like a piece of shit, truly.
Honestly, Mr. Hank.
He do look like a long night at Chipotle.
Remember Mr. Hanky from South Park?
Bingo.
There you go. But yeah, and then he did it twice. Then okay, so first of all, whoopst the fuck thought it was a good idea to give Teddy a fucking shoe.
First of all, whoever is running the Ewing shoe brand, what the fuck is y'all problem?
You gonna
There's
get
better motherfuckers you could be giving sneakers to than Teddy fat funky ass.
Teddy.
I mean, like, and the shoe ugly. Talking about it glow everywhere you go. You is mother goddamn 37. Talking about your shoes glow everywhere you go.
Hey, what the fuck is this? This old Power Rangers ass shoe.
Light up Skechers ass sneaker, boy.
Boy, Teddy, fuck you.
Yeah.
But they have a fundraiser for this shit because Teddy raising the shit to pay for his brother's legal fees or whatever, and Walt
which he's still lying about. But go ahead.
Right.
Listen, I know the police ain't shit. I know the legal system ain't shit. I know the justice system ain't shit. However, a group of your friends was sitting on the stoop reading a book and y'all was just miraculously charged with murder.
Okay.
And gang-related crimes.
Right. Okay, Teddy. All right. Okay, Teddy.
Okay, bruh.
Right. Sure, Jan. Sure. But they had this fundraiser, and Tatiana Walt asked Tatiana. First of all, Walt came in on 1,000 talking about, excuse me, next bitch in charge. If I were Tatiana, I would have slapped the shit out of him right then.
Correct.
Truly. And so he asked her, like, well, do you have you know how much money we made tonight? You doing the books or whatever? And Tatiana's like, I mean, I know how many we sold right now, but I don't have a finite number because we still selling. The night ain't over with. And then this nigga just go off the deep end again.
I give a lot of credit to some of this. I know I couldn't be on reality TV because I'm a real everyday
Negro,
sassy ass black woman and nigga for most part, and I don't care how scripted something is. I'm not gonna be too many bitches on nobody's TV screen. I'm gonna slap the shit out you.
Right. Well, like, you supposed to be the next bitch in charge, and how the fuck you supposed to be the shop manager, and you can't manage the books, and I just asked you a question, and you can't produce shit. What the fuck you training for? This, that, and the third. And everybody looking at this nigga like, nigga, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? Like, what? Huh? What? And then Tatiana get upset because, honestly and truly, while Walt doing this, ain't nobody saying shit to him but her. Then she get mad and she like sees what the fuck, and then she storm out because she hurt because she don't understand why Walt was just coming at her with all this negative energy, talking to her like he ain't got no home training. And then him and C's get into it because C's is like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then Walt just storm out the goddamn shop. C's say, let's go outside, and Walt just storm out the shop, and then his charred monkey feelings like, don't nobody give a fuck. Everybody got problems. I'm sick of everybody acting like the victim. Everybody got problems. Don't nobody know the shit that I'm going through. Yeah, I got shit going on too. Don't nobody ask about me. Don't nobody care about me. And it's like, you right, Walt. You are absolutely right. We do not care about you. Single solitary fuck about what the fuck you got going on, because one, you don't know. One, you, in the words of Curtis, you're useless because you don't do shit, and then two, you don't know how to talk to people like you got no damn sense. So no, Walt, we do not give a fuck about you or your plight. Thank you so much.
And have a great day.
Your self-inflicted plight at that. That's why we truly don't give a fuck, because it's not like the man is after you, quote unquote, or no shit like that. Like, nigga, you the trials and tribulations that you are experiencing are your own damn fault. So no, we don't have any fucks to give about that. So sorry. Actually, sorry, not sorry.
Mm-hmm. That was
not sorry.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. That's all I really got for Black Ink. I don't know.
I got. Speaking of no fucks to give. So I have to give a shout out to one of our biggest supporters and fans. My excuse me, my homegirl Tia. So she had added me earlier this week and had said that there were people, in lieu of last week and this week, there were people that were saying, fuck Genesis, Sky Sun. And at first I was like, what? Because while I'm thinking of, if you have been watching the show or just know how full of shit Sky being, what reasonable person would be like, fuck Genesis? So she told me to go search the Black Ink crew Black Ink crew hashtag, and search and his name, and I retweeted some of these people, and lo and behold, I saw people saying, now albeit I think I saw at least like 12 or 14, so albeit in small sample size, but I saw some of these people saying that Genesis just want to be on TV and that Genesis needs to give Sky a break. She's doing the best she can, and that Genesis is hateful, and they never gonna heal because Genesis just won't let this go.
Wait, Genesis just want to be on TV? But didn't his mama drag this whole situation onto TV?
Listen,
help me understand, because I am confused.
Yeah, So Genesis has been on this show a total of 2 times. Those 2 times were at the request.
3, including last episode 3.
Oh yeah, 3. Those 3 times have been at the request of either Sky or Caesar.
Right.
He don't want shit to do with Sky, because Sky is still lying about that being a fucking adoption. Because she was like, I know you mad I gave you up for adoption. He's like, adoption ain't no fucking adoption. I believe those kids were taken from Sky. I believe she was being a negligent mother,
which
and her kids were taken from her, and she has yet to atone for being a piss poor mom when she did have them.
Listen, let me tell you something.
I'm just trying to understand, if you was gonna give those kids up for adoption, let me say this: Genesis is the oldest. Right. After Sky had Genesis, she went and had another baby. Years apart, because the youngest son just turned 18. Genesis is about to turn 21. Sky damn lying, and been lying.
So when Sky, because not this very last episode, but the week before. So when they met, C's arranged them to meet. Sky, in all essence, because I had the quick summary for Curtis too, in our group chat. Sky basically, as she always did not take any accountability, did not tell the truth, which I think is the real reason Genesis told Caesar, like, we can't heal until motherfuckers start being real. So she still is not doing that, and in effect said, I'm tired of you hating me, fuck you, and squared up with Genesis.
Like he couldn't have beat the brakes off of her the first time he saw her.
Right, and again, people are saying fuck Genesis. It's people like that is why Trump won. Because you motherfuckers are not okay, and I don't have the time. So, good to hell luck, everybody. Imagine in 2018 taking up for Sky. Imagine.
Yeah, fuck Sky. Honestly and truly.
And this spiritual journey she called herself going on, she thinks she heavenly.
She's still a shitty person, so I don't know, guys.
I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
I don't know.
Good to hell look Genesis. That's who I say. Good to hell look Genesis.
Bless you, sir.
Bless you, because.
And I really hope that he gotten some closure and realized that his mom is never gonna be honest with him about how shit went down, and he gets some real counseling and gets that anger up off his chest so that he can enjoy his young life and not spend his best years angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, we have to recognize that Sky is not about to do shit differently than what she's been doing.
Exactly. And then in the previews for next episode, she talking about having another baby and finna try to go fuck some random nigga that she meet to try to have a baby. Like, girl, what?
Meanwhile, having tried to reconcile your initial kids, having tried to reconcile and give them the truth and the honesty that they deserve. But now you talking about having a fucking baby with a random ass nigga. Girl, fuck you.
Fuck you, Sky. But that's it for Black Ink because to be fair, honestly, other than and Donna was in the hospital and she lost a baby, and yeah, that was tragic, and that's all I got. Because honestly, Black Ink this season has basically been this shit with Sky and her line about the nature of her sons and them trying to re-image C's into a decent person.
Yeah, like
why
they
he's
trying
still
to give
doing fuck shit.
Right, they're trying to give C's the Bill Cosby treatment, and it's like, no, it's just this is not clear. He's not going from C's to Cliff Huxtable. It's just not going to happen. And Number one, because he's too much of a fuck nigga.
And we're gonna stop, and you guys are gonna stop trying to force it to happen.
Right, stop trying to make Fitch happy.
Here giving him kudos for being a good dad all of a sudden. Fuck that.
Right. So that's all we have for Black Ink. Yeah, that's it.
So next up is Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Ooh,
So first and foremost, I just have to get this off my chest. Ricky Smiley, he is really ugly.
I felt that from the depths of your soul, Kurt.
You know, and I hope I don't want to be offensive. But Ricky Smiley, no, listen. Ricky Smiley comes across as a
creep,
gay man who is trying.
No. Don't put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby. Y'all straights can keep his ass.
Trying to be funny. For the longest time, I thought Ricky Smiley was gay. I had no idea he was straight for a long time. Even back when he blocked me on Twitter.
Hey, hold on, give me a minute. I'm still laughing because I know Curtis, man, he ugly from the depths of his soul, and I fucking howl.
I don't know if because I've never been a fan of Ricky Smiley, and so I've never paid him any attention. I've seen him, and I've been casually aware of what he looked like, but sitting up watching that on my computer screen, when he was trying to like be all over Portia, which was gross, and I was like, this nigga is hideous. God, shit.
Yo, while we're here, Bravo, stop trying to force feed us this Portia and Rick Smiley shit. Stop it.
That shit was so awkward. Especially the part where it was like, oh, you know, we can. She was, what did she say? Something about wanting a baby, and he's like, we can go practice, and I was like, gross, like gross.
Yes, because I don't believe he liked women, and that is no shade. Like, I would like it's just kind of like when you think of Ricky Smiley, you don't think of Ricky Smiley fucking bitches.
I mean, I don't think of him sexually because look at him.
Ricky with the T.
Ricky Smiley looked like a.
He kind of. Oh, go ahead. You about to say something terrible. You know what
Ricky Smiley looked like?
You about to say bullshit because you can't even get it out.
Right.
The visual is making me laugh. He looks like a scarecrow that got set on fire, but they put the fire out in time.
Go to hell, Curtis. Like it's something left, but it ain't worth looking at.
So it's like it's burned, but it's not destroyed.
Hey, that's the title of this episode.
Yes, I'm gonna change it right now. I'm gonna change it right now. Burn, but not destroyed.
That is the title.
I'm sorry, I couldn't even get it out. That man is ugly. That visual was taking me down. I don't even know how I thought of that. All I can, like, when I look at Ricky Smiley, that's what I see.
Remember in The Wizard of Oz when they tried to set the scarecrow on fire?
Right. That's what my brain went. Except that they were successful. So all I see when I see Ricky Smiley is like a charcoal, a like a blackened, wet scarecrow.
Oh man.
And I do not appreciate VH1, him or Portia,
Bravo.
whatever, trying to make us look at him as a sexual being. I don't know. No.
Curtis, you are utterly disgusted, and it is killing my soul.
And he has kids too, and I just
Good the hell luck, everybody.
good luck to them, because you know what, them children. So okay, I'm just gonna say good luck because y'all daddy ugly. So I pray that the mamas was good enough.
Kids?
Yeah, Ricky Smiley got kids. He got a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how many children he have. He has kids.
Somebody sexed that. Wow.
He has more than one child, I believe.
That is offensive.
That's why I'm like, hopefully they have. Hopefully the baby mamas have like Beyonce level genes, because Ricky Smiley looked like a mosquito.
He do. He definitely looks like one of them bugs in a bug's life that didn't make it.
And he looked like his breath perpetually stink. He looked like his breath smelled like boo-boo all the time.
No lies.
But anyway, enough about him, because he ain't even a member of the show. So in that scene, Portia was constantly talking about how busy she is. I would like to know, like, I want to put a petition in to know exactly what is keeping Portia so busy. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just curious about what's keeping her so busy.
Low budget plays.
Correct.
Besides that, because girl, you and the two can play that girl. Okay.
A chick is a chick.
Good when Vivica Fox did it as a movie. I don't know why they thought that was gonna be a good play.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with the listeners, and I'm gonna be honest with my friends. Vivica, she kind of tarnished Two Can Play That Game for me, because I don't know if y'all are aware that they made a Three Can Play That Game.
Yes, and it was terrible.
And it was the fuck terrible.
Yeah, it was awful.
I wanted to fight, because Two Can Play That Game is like used to be one. It's like one of my favorite black films, because I used to stand for Vivica Fox, and then you know, she went to Mattel and asked for a new face, and I was like, Vivica, I just don't know. I just don't know. And then she been weird, and then she done tasted 50 Cent booty, and now she just all over the place, and I just don't know. I wanted her to grow into just a I'm not know what she's doing. I'm so disappointed.
She the auntie that's always wilding at this point.
Right. And don't nobody like that auntie.
Right.
Because that's the auntie that'll go to the store and specifically get a card that's for money and gift cards and not put no money or gift card in it.
Right.
And don't nobody like that auntie. That's the auntie that make the nasty potato salad. Like,
you beat me to it. Great minds, friend. Great minds.
Anyway, I don't know why we talking about Vivica Fox and her fifth face. So what else happened? Kudos to Kenya, like her special that she did, like her PSA that she did for domestic violence was really, really good, really dope. It was nice to see that. She looked nice. She's been looking good this season. Her skin is still not
it's not the best, but beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns, beautiful titties, beautiful booty, like, yeah.
The work was good. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We are advocates for work as long as it's good work.
Correct. But yes, I'm also I'm glad that Kenya is taking it seriously, because sometimes we see these things on these reality TV shows and like they'll like
it's for the show,
right? It's for the show, and they'll be woke for like an episode and then go right back to being trash. But on this, Kenya has been very consistent and committed to this, and It was good to see. I have to say I'm impressed that Kenya is taking this seriously. She's committed, and it's one of those things where I genuinely believe it's not for the show. Like she is
Right.
dedicated to this shit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if it was for the show, she wouldn't have put Cynthia's mama in it.
Right.
So I think I agree that it's genuine, and she did good work. Everybody at the little event looked good.
Right.
So let's get a couple things out of the way. First and foremost, Kenya's husband is fine as fuck.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
That man is fine as hell.
Hey, that man walked through the door and I was like, ooh.
Listen. I got wet and I don't even have the equipment to get wet. Listen when I tell you.
I was like,
okay. And then he was standing next to Todd and they was both in the same shot. And I was like, woo. I had to defend myself a bit.
Todd, listen.
Todd is short, but Todd is fine.
He lost on us how fine Todd, is it Tucker, really is.
Like, we're not going to sleep on Todd's fineness just because he a little height challenged. Todd is fine. But yeah, Kenya's husband.
Him and Candy look good together too.
They really listen. I would watch.
I would definitely watch a Todd and Candy sex tape.
I mean, like I said,
because Portia was trying to get in on the fun.
Listen, Portia was desperate to get in on the fun. I know she was butthurt. She was like, I went and bought these new titties and this new booty, and y'all ain't trying to fuck me. And it's like, no, sis.
No.
Listen, like I said in the group chat, I would fuck Candy for a chance to fuck Todd, but that's just me.
You are doing amazing, Frank.
I wish. Whew. Anyway,
but yeah, Candy
husband is fine. Him and Todd could spit roast me any day. However, the reason why I brought Kenya's husband up is because
I know where you're going.
Sheree. Sheree. Sweet sis. You have a whole lot of bad weave nerve trying to be shady about Kenya's husband when you are dating Fleece Johnson. I don't know why you feeling your puss to the point where you feel like you can shade Kenya's husband as if you're not dating a nigga that's in jail, a scammer that got caught and is in jail.
And is lying to you about when he's getting out of jail.
Which the internet pulled the receipts on that, and I can't remember what they said. It's either he not scheduled to get out until 2020 or 2022, one of the two. So unless
Ray, let me tell you something, bitch, you're dead wrong, and you know you dead wrong. You sitting over there decorating the house on your own dime, waiting
with him in mind, with talking about his man cave.
That motherfucker been
nigga, you are in a man cave. What are you talking about? You in a man cave now. It's called prison.
Nigga been in a cave for umpteen years now. What are you even trying to say, boo-boo?
Listen, when her daughter,
shout out to her daughter.
Listen, her
daughter look exactly like her goddamn daddy, but pretty. I just wanted to get that out the way. She looked just like her dad.
She does.
She's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but shout out to her because that was a nice, gentle, polite dragging that her mama needed.
When she said, "Honey, listen,"
she said, "It's a lot of fish out here, and you going for the jail bait."
She was like, when you said prison, I was done. Then I was like, yes.
Like her daughter was playing no games with her.
You know how bad it got to be for your own daughter to drag you about a nigga that you got to go into another room when he make a phone call. Sheree.
And the thing about it is, Sheree was still trying to like downplay it. That was the part that was weird to me. It's like, yeah, I told you that's my friend. Like we're friendly.
Because she is ashamed, and she knows she should be.
You know what it is?
If you gotta downplay a whole relationship, when this nigga call you collect, you talking about, babe, I'm getting the house ready for you. You telling your daughter, yeah, that's just my friend.
You know what? You know
All
what it
while
reminds
being
me
filmed.
of?
You on film looking the fuck stupid.
You know how like some parents will like try to downplay something because they don't think that their children will understand. Like that's how it came off to me. It's like, no, she fully understands, and she fully
Right.
understands that
Because
you
she grown.
right.
That's a grown, like you who you think you're talking to? You're not talking to no 8-year-old. She is in college. She know that you are looking stupid. She's trying to help your dumb ass. And you trying to downplay it. So you're not doing anybody any favors.
Right. Yo,
I'm getting your man cave ready for you. Girl, are you stupid? Are you high? What?
Niggas who pay bills.
hello.
Wait a minute. No, you know what part took me out? When she was on the phone with him, what did she say? And she was something like, you still can buy me a mansion, or you still can bring home millions, or something like that.
House. She was like, you could buy me a beach house.
Yeah. And I'm like, I said to myself, I was just like, how? Is he gonna scam his way to a beach house? Because
scammers never die.
They never die. They never quit.
Yeah.
You know, I just my thing is, hold on. Let me say this real quick, and then I'm gonna shut up. You have gone through hell to build Chateau Sheree. I don't even know where you're getting the money from to finish it. It's been like 7 years. You finally finishing it, and you are gonna put this man in the mix. And we're not shaming anybody who's been to jail and stuff like that, because I know how niggas are. But this is a person that's actively in jail, and he has not even had an opportunity yet to prove that he's changed. So I'm just real confused.
This man finna get out of jail and bleed Sheree dry, and we
listen
about it. If he were to get the early release, whenever he get out, we're gonna hear about it about 1 to 2 years later that Sheree is suing him because he stole money from her.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And she in debt.
Because again, scammers never die.
They never die.
So,
and you know, jail niggas, they love to scam. They love to scam a woman.
Right.
Yeah. We TV made a whole series about it.
Well,
there you go.
So good luck, Sheree. I hope you got a good lawyer. I hope you protecting yourself. I hope you listen to your daughter, because you, in my estimation, you in danger, girl.
Yeah.
Big danger. Well, first of all, you know, you can't really trust the thought process of somebody that clings so tightly to Kim Zolciak. So,
well, yeah. I mean, because you're right, because she told her daughter he fell on hard times instead of saying he went to jail. And I'm listen, I was just sitting, my mind was blown during that whole scene.
She was like, oh, you know, people go through things. You know, he had a little hiccup. It's like, girl, he had a whole ass jail.
A hiccup is losing your job and your cell phone get cut off.
Right.
In the penitentiary.
He is locked up.
And theft.
He fell on hard times. Oh, what? Yes, he did fall on hard times. The hard floor of the jail cell. That's what he fell on. What are you talking about?
He's one of the people who got caught up in that scandal where the inmates were sneaking out through a hole in the fence and coming back in before lockdown. And he got transferred to another prison outside of Georgia.
So the nigga scamming while he in jail, Sheree, baby, sweetie.
That's my friend. We're friendly. That's my friend. We're friends. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Oh my God. It's like Sheree. And now look at the position you put yourself in.
Girl. When you do clownery.
I'm just
but that wasn't the only parent child to parent reading that was on this week. But because so Cynthia and is it Noelle? That's her daughter.
Yeah,
Noelle. Listen, so here's the thing. I like Cynthia. I would have a quote unquote soft burrito with Cynthia. But sweetie, that scene, and she wasn't even trying. Noelle wasn't even trying, but she made Cynthia look dumb, and I was just like,
yeah. I think that was the part about it. She wasn't trying. Like Sheree daughter
it was just like Sheree daughter was shading.
Right.
He was reading, but Noelle was just like, "Hey, thanks for bringing food." And her mom was like, "Yeah, you can help pay some bills now." And Noelle was like, this is just an internship, right?
Listen, I hollered. I'm not.
I was looking like, because the look on Cynthia's face, the way they edited it, the look on her face, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Oh, baby, what is you doing?
Like, I pray that they edited that to make her look dumb, because she sounded so dumb in that scene. I was just like, my Lord.
She was so confused. So confused. This is why, harkening back to, I think, last week or a couple of weeks ago, this is why when Cynthia was trying to read Portia for being dumb, it was like, well, sis, you right there with her, and you actually older, so it's worse.
Yeah, Cynthia is pretty and dumb.
I know, man. It hurts my heart because I like Cynthia.
She's really dumb.
That whole scene had me cringing.
I knew Cynthia was super dumb this season when the shit with Will happened, and she ain't checked them bitches. Like, girl, if y'all don't get y'all asses up out my face with this dumb shit, this ain't
like this nigga ain't even my nigga. Like,
my nigga, we just is dating. Girl, take y'all asses on.
Yeah.
She stood there and cried. I was like, girl, what the fuck is you doing with your dumb ass?
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I mean, let this not be a deterrent. Like I said, I would have a soft burrito with her. I would probably ask her what other kind of burritos there are, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. So speaking of burritos, Nene.
And that nose looked like.
And that nose. You see, this is why me and Candace, we like two peas in the pod, because she knew where I was going with that.
I knew it. I felt it in my spirit.
Felt it in your chakra.
Yes.
So this whole thing with Nene, so this is around the time when she got kicked off the tour with Escape, before they became Escape 3. And they started dressing like rejects from Mortal Kombat.
Nigga.
So she got kicked off that tour, if y'all will remember, because she was being heckled by somebody in the crowd, and she told the woman, did she say? She hoped she got raped.
She told her, I hope you get raped by an Uber driver. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so obviously her services could not be retained after that. And so it kind of hurt me a little, because Todd and Kandi, and we just, we stand for Todd and Kandi because they're a beautiful black couple, and we secretly all want to fuck both of them. But the way they were trying to defend Nene, I was like, you could just say nothing. Because they were like, she's a comedian. She's a comedian. So my thing is, why are people so resistant to the fact? It's not even an idea. It's a fact that comedians cannot say whatever they want to say. Like, comedy is not a free pass to say fucked up shit. You can be funny without being disrespectful to people, and you can definitely be funny without saying you hope somebody gets raped.
So, yeah.
And she didn't say that shit as a comedian. She said that shit as somebody who was mad that they were being heckled.
If Nene heckled back in a way that was funny, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly.
Even if Nene wanted to make a sexual, first of all, rape jokes are low-hanging fucking fruit. And they should be for any and every comedian. However, if you're going to pick the low-hanging fruit,
make it funny.
Make it funny. It wasn't funny. I hope you get raped by an Uber driver, bitch. Like, that was coming from a mean place.
Right. There was no comedic spin to that.
Nothing. She could have looked at that woman. She could have said, "Somebody put the light on this ugly bitch," and she could have went in on the woman.
She could have roasted her like some goddamn vegetables.
Roasted the fuck out of the woman, like comedians typically do with their hecklers.
Instead,
and this is my thing. Nene was wrong. I appreciate Todd and Candy going to bat for Nene because I do feel like if Nene is going if Nene is going to keep at this comedian shit, she needs to really get the experience under her belt to handle shit like that. She didn't have it. And she got from comedian mode to Nene from Real Housewives of Atlanta, mean shady bitch mode. As a comedian, you always have to be a comedian when you on that stage. Mm-hmm. You can't break from that. Your job is to make it funny no matter what it is. She had an opportunity to make it funny with a heckler and she failed miserably.
Yep.
So Todd and Candy could have been like, Nene fucked up and that was wrong. And I hate that she was kicked off the tour behind it, but hopefully she learns from it. Like them acting like what she said was okay, it bothered me. Them looking out for her as a friend and knowing that she probably genuinely felt bad when she said it, I get that. But
at the same,
she said it was okay. I'm not okay with that.
And what makes it worse, what really fucked with me on that is this is coming from somebody who was accused of wanting to rape somebody.
Correct.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That was the part that really was just like, I was like, Candy, I like Candy. Like, I know a lot of people shade her voice and all this kind of, I like Candy. I think Candy is a savvy businesswoman. Candy is out here. Candy been securing the bag since 1993.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to buy more property. Her manager had to be like, girl, slow down.
He was doing a lot.
She had a point. She was like, yeah.
Who wins at Monopoly?
Right.
The person with all the property. You know, so I
like Candy too, and I like Todd. I genuinely like Todd. I think he's a good person.
I just think that they were a little misguided in this.
Yeah, I felt like they tried to be loyal when they could have been like, we love Nene, we hate this happened to her, and we do feel like she made a mistake, and hopefully she learns from it.
Exactly.
Because there's no way to defend that.
No.
Ever.
Yeah, and I think. Because when I saw it was cringe worthy. Because I'm like, but Todd, you and Candy got accused of that, and it's like,
like you got a whole bitch on the cast that you don't fuck with because she perpetrated a rumor that you wanted to drug her and rape her. Like, come on. Not to mention the fact that it would be different if what Nene said was not something that actually happens. Like, people get into, especially probably mostly women, get into Ubers and shit happens to them. Yeah. Like, I was listening to something once where the lady was like, I got into the Uber and he was not following the route. He was taking me to a shady part of town. It was a place that I didn't know. And you know, she was like, I had to like threaten to call the police to get him to stop and let me out of the car. Like, there are stories of women who are actually raped by Uber drivers, who are stalked by Uber drivers. Like, that is something that actually happens. Hell, that could have been something that happened to that woman when she left the place. So for you to say that just because you being heckled, like, come the fuck on. You big nose bitch, like, get it the fuck together.
Yeah, I think it was nice to see them go. It's nice to see Nene and Candy's relationship now because they have come a long way because they used to be at each other's throats all the fucking time.
I mean, but that was to be expected because you know how Nene is and Candy don't play that shit.
Yeah. So on the one hand, it's nice to see how far they've come, but yeah, I agree. Like, they could have just said like, Nene made a mistake, and I hope she learned from it. But yeah, especially them two in particular, to kind of downplay what she said is like,
like, you know what? It was. Oh man, I hated seeing Todd be like, "She's a comedian. She's a comedian."
Because Candy wasn't.
Candy was like, I mean, I hate that it happened to my girl, but girl, you got to face the music. Todd was like.
Yeah,
I was like, she's a comedian, and I'm like, so why does that give her a pass? Just because she was a comedian? And again, like Candace pointed out, she was not in comedian mode when she said that.
Yeah, So
it sounded like, and it reminded me of Bill Maher and the nigga joke.
yeah.
It reminded me of what was the other? There was another thing with the comedian that said they said something.
Dave and his trans jokes.
Dave and his trans jokes, like it reminded me of all that. Like they're a comedian, and I'm just like, where did this? I've never been of the mindset, and I've never been around people of the mindset that a comedian could say whatever the fuck they wanted to say, and nobody could be upset about it because it's jokes. I've never understood that. So to see it now, like they're a comedian in comedy. Like you cannot. And Todd was like, the president says worse stuff than that, and I'm like, and we drag his ass for it. So why is Nene immune? Why are comedians supposed to be immune to being dragged for the things that they say when they say fucked up stuff just because it's supposed to be a joke? That's not an excuse. Again, you can be funny without saying, I hope you get raped. I hope you get violated. You can be funny without saying that. So that was that on that. And that conversation that Nene had with Portia about taking accountability, and Portia was
bitch.
Portia like was trying to flip the script, and Nene was like, oh, in her confessional. But to be honest, no.
You did that impersonation spot on, Curtis.
She was trying to be all southern and shit. Oh, she talking about me. I was like, girl, what?
Listen. I'm also, let me say, Portia, girl, goodbye.
I'm tired. Like, Portia, we know you have apologized. I'm sorry that your mama never told you that just because you apologize for something, that does not mean the person has to fuck with you afterwards. I'm sorry that you don't know that, but now's the time to learn that lesson. Kandi is not obligated to fuck with you because you said you sorry.
Also, it's like we said last week when we had Stephanie on. Portia has apologized, but all her apologies more or less have been, I'm sorry, but. No, girl.
No, I'm gonna tell you how her apologies go. Her apologies don't say but. Her apologies are, I'm sorry if it caused you trouble. I'm sorry if it hurt you. Bitch, you accused me of trying to drug and rape you. What you mean you sorry if? You're sorry.
Or I'll add on to that, Candace. I'm sorry I believed something I shouldn't. Well, no shit, bitch. No shit.
Still not taking accountability, basically.
Phaedra need to come back.
Yeah.
And I hope Bravo is in the works to bring Phaedra back. Because
yeah, honestly,
that's the theater we really need.
I don't know if we would get it, because I don't see Kandi giving Phaedra. I don't see Phaedra. Oh, I can't talk. I don't see Kandi giving Phaedra the time of day. Like, she gives Portia a little bit. I don't see her doing that for Phaedra in any regard. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Kandi was like, I'm not filming with the bitch.
Yeah, but I see the rest of the cast going to.
You know what? You're right, because Nene.
Yeah, because
any opportunity that Nene got to stir the pot, she gonna stir it.
And Nene ain't never like Phaedra no way, because when that shit happened, Nene was like, I told y'all that bitch evil.
She did. Yeah. She was like, I told you that bitch. Nene sounded like she sounded like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings. I told you she was false. I told you she was tricksy. I was like, okay, girl. But speaking of accountability, like, Portia needs to take accountability and needs to leave Kandi the fuck alone. And Nene needs to she needs to be accountable for her terrible hair pieces. Like, that's all Nene need. You know.
And that nose job, that nose looks the fuck terrible.
Listen, that nose, like, that shit. You know what Nene looked like? You know that cartoon? What cartoon is it? SpongeBob. You know that one character that's a pickle?
She look like Squidward?
No, well, a little bit.
Plankton?
No, there's a character
on pickle.
The pickle dude. That's what Nene looked like. I don't. God bless everybody who goes under the knife and come out looking worse. Just God bless you, because I don't know what else to say.
God has forsaken you.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say good luck. I hope you get the corrective surgery that you deserve. I really hope after this season, Nene goes back and tries it again. It cannot get worse.
It can.
Yeah.
If she goes to a good doctor, let me preface it by saying that if she goes to a good doctor, it can't get worse.
Oh, true.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's hope. Even Lil' Kim looks a little better in 2018, so there's hope.
We discussing Nene. I do like the way that Nene parents. I even like the way she handled the shit with the oldest son when he was still in disposable razors from Walmart. She put him the fuck out. Oh, baby, you got to go.
Yeah, she's a good
criminals. You got to make it on your own now. If this is the type of life you trying to live.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, you gone.
She's a good parent.
She's a good Southern mother.
Yeah.
I like that she's not doing that thing that most Black parents do and try to force their kids to go to college, even when they don't seem like they want to go to college.
Yeah. I mean, I will say they are in a better financial situation, so it makes sense, but it's still good to see. Because, you know, in most instances, you know, the Black families are just not in the financial position to be like, oh, you don't have to go to college. You can, you know, do whatever and pursue whatever. Because she's still going to take care of him while he's trying to figure it out. It's not like she like sink or swim, nigga. Because hell, she's sinking right now. She trying to sink or swim with comedy her damn self. But I just, you know, we have to be responsible in saying that the financial situation does make a difference in that dynamic. Yeah. But it is good to see because she could be a whole lot worse.
Right.
Because she could treat her kids the way she do other people on the cast, and that would be yeesh. So is this the last episode before the reunion, or
no? The finale is next week, I think.
Okay, yeah, the finale is next week, and we gonna see the Halloween party, and Nene and Greg gonna come dressed up as a roach and the exterminator.
Yeah,
and Kim gonna be in her feelings about the shit.
I don't get that white lady, but whatever.
I don't get her need to be in Black spaces with Black people she don't care for.
Right. But you know, that's a lot of white people, to be honest.
I don't truly care for Sheree, so I don't get her need to be around the cast when you don't really fuck with Black women.
When you need a check. Because in my estimation, that's what that is. Because otherwise, what reason is there for Kim to show up on this show?
She does not have she's not funny.
She's not funny. She's not witty.
She's doesn't have any
pretty.
Right. She doesn't have any shady or funny moments like the other women on the cast. Or she isn't pretty. She's annoying. She brings Croy every goddamn well. And we don't need him. We don't need her. Like, why is...
Yeah, there's no reason for her to be here except that she needs a check. Because she didn't add anything. Even like her moments during the season with her stirring the pot, it was overboard. It was too much.
Exactly.
It wasn't in the vein of just being shady for TV. Like, she was doing the most. And it's just like, okay, she didn't really add anything to the show.
Yo, speaking of Kenya, remember the first few episodes when Kim came out of nowhere talking about her husband ain't real?
Yeah, Shade and Kenya, like, you don't even know Kenya like that. Why are you going at her like that?
When you do clownery, Kenya's husband is handsome and he got on a whole
Listen, not only is he real, he is fine as fuck. Meanwhile, you over there looking like Toyo boiling trouble. So what are we even talking about?
Kenya's husband is handsome and got a whole is a manager of a whole ass chain in New York, and Crow over there looking like a deflated mattress and unemployed. So what the fuck is the real T, Kim? So,
indeed,
when you do clownery,
listen. And I don't have nothing else for Real House Wigs.
All right, well, we can move on then.
So, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let me start off by saying this. Love and Hip Hop has been on the air for what? a decade now.
Yeah.
And how is this franchise on the air and the hair looks the way that it does? 10 years in the game. And the hair is just hair, y'all.
Mona should be better at this.
The hair, like, I mean,
Mona.
at this point, I have to believe that it's on purpose. Like, there's no way y'all are putting these hair hats on these women and thinking that it actually looks good. Like, it has to be on purpose, or they have to be choosing it themselves because they don't know no better. And if that's the case, then y'all shady as hell for letting them go on TV looking like that. Because the hair. Anyway, so I want to start with. I don't know if we. No, let's end with the Kirk and Rashida thing, because I feel like that will elicit a lot of emotion. So we can start with Mimi.
Speaking of emotion.
No, that's just foolishness.
Why Mimi bitches look alike?
She has a type. She definitely has a type.
She has a type. I just want to know why she's getting involved with Stevie's mess. Like,
again.
So
I don't get that.
Since we here, I don't like a liar. And Estelita is a liar. And once you show your hand as a liar, we really don't have nothing to talk about. Because that was the same shit Jocelyn was doing. You know, when we first was introduced to Jocelyn, she was lying about fucking Stevie. Then it came out she was fucking Stevie. And that bitch came to be a headache ever since then.
Oh, headache is being generous.
Estelita is doing the same thing. If you ashamed of fucking somebody, you ashamed to admit you fuck somebody, close your goddamn legs and zip your pants up.
And don't try to work with them after the fact. Like,
you... Can I ask a question? And hopefully one of our listeners can help me. Have I missed something? Because I am not aware of any hits Stephen Jordan has
that. You beat me to it.
In the last 15 years for you bitches to be breaking your necks to work with him.
You beat me to it, because I have it in my notes. I have the same question. What is so great about Stevie J that all these women want to work with him? He has not produced a banger, quote unquote, since he's been on the show. So what are they basing this want and this need, this desire to work with him? No bangers in years, constantly surrounded by mess. Why do they want to work with him? I know he has a resume. However, that resume stopped in like 2005. It is 2018. So what? I too am confusion.
I don't understand it.
Because they are literally breaking their necks to work with him. And now Estelita allegedly is in a 5-year deal with. First of all, did you not read? Like, why would you sign anything with anybody for 5 years?
No.
Let alone Steve.
Let me ask you why you think you are that talented. What, like, I have real questions, because when somebody can sing, like when somebody can genuinely sing, people know it.
There's usually
evidence. There's evidence of it. Why are you bitches so jaded? Like, I want you bitches to be honest about what you are. Pretty. Be like, I'm pretty, so I thought he could turn water into wine.
Yes.
Say that.
That.
Jocelyn had no talent. She was just a stripper and she fucked good.
Mm-hmm.
Estelita don't have no talent. She sucked his dick and he promised her the world. Erica Mena don't have no talent. She pretty and she crazy. I still remember Erica Mena being on New York and sounding like a dead cat in the vocal lessons.
Oh, but she sounded like a dead cat in the Atlanta vocal lessons too. Let us not act like she did not. Actually, they all sounded like a cat in various
listen,
degrees.
I don't understand Tommy wanting to be a rapper or some shit. I don't understand Erica. I don't understand. You bitches are pretty. Use your pretty privilege. You got it. Use it.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. They're trying to use their pretty privilege, but they're using it to do things that they should not be doing. Like it is a needle in a haystack for someone to be able to take their pretty privilege and make a music career out of it. And usually it's not a career. It's usually one hit if you're lucky. So but those are people that we don't know. Like, so for y'all to be people that we know and we can see up front that y'all don't have any talent, it's just like, so what? I mean, maybe if Erica Mena came out with a banger, people would listen to it. But you're not going to get that from no Stevie fucking J. Not in the year of our Lord 2018.
Help me understand.
Listen, because they all got up there in them vocal lessons with Jazzy Faye on some Total Help Me Sing shit. And let me tell y'all something. Total, we love Total. We speak their names, but them hoes couldn't sing either.
Nah, them bitches can't sing.
Y'all got up there sounding like Total. And in 2018, that's just not gonna work. Not y'all not gonna compete not with the Jade Novas of the world, not with the Chloe and Haley's of the world. And y'all on Love and Hip Hop. That's not going to happen. Like, you have to have real talent to make it off of Love and Hip Hop. And even some of the motherfuckers with talent can't make it. So I'm talking to you, Remy Ma. You know, like I said, everybody get on there and they think they're gonna be the next Cardi B, and it's just like, but y'all
That's what that is.
That's exactly what it is. But the thing about it is, and Cardi B is not even the most talented, but Cardi B was hungry and she worked for it. Y'all don't want to do the work for it. Y'all just want to show up and have shit happen, and that's not how it worked. Like, Erica Mena wasn't even taking the vocal lesson serious. I'm like, bitch, this is not Barney and Friends. What are you doing?
She was sounding like the damn Power Rangers when they transform with the Megazord and shit.
Listen, I'm just like, what is this supposed to be?
I thought it was Jason calling for the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Like, she really thought she was hitting the growl sing, and I'm like, you do understand that you have to be able to sing to hit that growl?
So Anyway,
who else? So Sierra.
You got the worst employees ever.
First and foremost, Sierra's face.
Holy shit! Let me tell you something. Is this bitch going? Is she going down the list of her haters and hiring them? How in the fuck are you consistently hiring people that is working against you?
Like,
how you my employee and know my husband had a cheat baby on me and ain't gonna tell me?
2 years ago, and she had a great point. She like, bitch, you waited until I was in front of my motherfucking friends to tell me this shit,
and my mama,
like, embarrassing me. Like, that's not no shit you just blurt out. You pulled me the fuck aside.
That's a can I talk to you privately conversation.
And then the girl was like, well, I just didn't feel the need to say nothing until now. It's like, what?
Right. What? She was like, well, what do you want me to do? I want you, bitch. Are you stupid?
Bitch, I'll fight you.
Listen, so I wasn't even mad when she was like, oh, you fired.
Right. I was like, you know what? I love this song. I ain't even fired.
And that's messy, and you can call it whatever you wanted to call it, but I didn't feel no type of way when she walked out that door like, oh, that bitch fired.
Right. I was like, you know what, Sierra? That's the smartest thing I've seen you do in a long time.
And Carly Red was like, how do you know? How do you know? How do you
know? What? When Carly said that, I was like, you know what, Carly? It's a damn shame when I agree with your messy ass. But you know what? That's a valid question. That is a valid.
And she's like, I mean, and the bitch was just like, I mean, I just know, okay? It's like, bitch, are you omnipotent? What are you talking about? How do you know?
Right,
What
are
is
you
the
clairvoyant?
source?
Like, what the fuck is happening?
What is the source? And you know, Carly, I'll give Carly that, because earlier when she was talking about dating Sean Garrett, I was looking like, does he know that they dating? Because
Right,
you know how Carly is.
Right, Carly quit to claim a nigga that don't know that together. So
exactly.
So I was like, but yeah, I was like, you know how annoying, messy, whatever you want to call it, you got to be for me to agree with Carly Red.
Listen.
The fuck? And she was just so unapologetic about like, oh, I'm gonna drop this bombshell that I know that your nigga.
Right. And she was genuinely shocked and surprised by the response. And I'm just like, how did you think this woman was going to respond to you telling her that her husband got a 2-year-old and another one on the way, and you just casually dropped that shit in the middle of a conversation with her friends and her mama?
So the same husband that cheated on her with the former assistant that she is in the process of getting a divorce. Like, did you think that this was gonna go over well?
Like, oh well, you know, I don't know.
Right. And in the words
she didn't whoop your ass in there.
In the words of Carly, how do you know?
Exactly. However, the first thing that came to mind with Ciara was not all of that. The first thing that came to my mind when I got a good look at Ciara, I was like, Ciara, why do you look like Lil' Kim? Like, what's going on with your face, mama?
But like with the bad surgery. Not when Biggie was still alive, Lil' Kim.
No. Not original Kim. And not even 2018 Kim, because she looks a little better. Woo! Mercy. Good luck, everybody.
Beautiful gowns.
Good luck, everybody. Let me see. Is there anything else, or can we get to the good shit? Oh, the other thing about Ciara, and I don't mean no shade at all when I ask this question, okay? That is established. I don't mean no harm. I just need to ask. Is Ciara dating a homosexual?
Yes.
I knew it.
Because when he turned around wearing them mint green pants, with that beard looking the way that it looked, with that S curl on the top of his head, I had a lot of questions.
Don't say that was her gay best friend.
I had a lot of questions.
I still have a lot of questions.
I'm asking the questions now because
we are confusion.
When I saw that man, my niggy sense told me that was a homosexual. And then she said, my niggy sense, trademark. If you don't know, niggy sense, N-I-G-G-Y sense is the same as the Spidey sense, except for black people. Specifically for black people. All right? For you motherfuckers that ain't black that like to say nigga, that ain't for you. You say intuition. It's the same thing. If you black, you say niggy sense. Anyway, my niggy sense was like, that is not a heterosexual person. And then she was like, oh, this is my man. And I was like,
he was dressed like Liberace.
He was dressed like an Easter egg hunt.
He really was.
He was dressed like a baby shower. And I have a lot of questions about that.
I also have a question. I guess it's not so weird, but like when he was asking Ciara, so like is a divorce final, and you know, or do you love me? Like, do you want to be?
All of that shit was weird.
And then he was like, when Ciara answered him, he was like, well, let's not define what we are. And I was like, well, then what did you?
Because she his beard.
We need a different term because he has a weird beard on his face. So maybe call it something else. But yes, I agree. Because I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not the type of gay that thinks and try to say everybody is gay, but
Those pants.
It wasn't even just the pants.
His whole aura.
His aura. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how on Chappelle's show when Charlie Murphy said that Rick James had an orange aura?
Yeah.
I feel like he took the words out of my mouth. Listen, that nigga had a unicorn eating grass and a pasture aura. And I was just like, are we sure? Because it wouldn't be the first time somebody on one of these reality shows was faking the funk with a dude.
True.
So I don't know. Like I said, he had them mint green pants on. He turned that beard and that S curl is what really took me down.
Yeah.
I said, this nigga got texturized hair in the year of our Lord, 2018.
All right. I would just like to point this real quick. I see Melissa is back and she's still dressing like a member of Soul for Real.
Hey, Melissa got all them split ends from them perms.
I was gonna say because Melissa hair looked like Pink from like 2005. I'm like, what's going on with her?
On the Lady Marmalade remix.
Speaking of, that whole like Erica Mena was hella weird with Tommy.
Very.
Like that shit was
uncomfortable.
It was off.
She scared Tommy into silence.
She did.
Right. You know Tommy ain't scared of shit.
Listen, I was hollering when Tommy made a quick getaway. Tommy ran away from her. She went away from that party like somebody that was dining and dashing.
Listen.
Like the police was looking for her crazy ass.
Listen.
I'm telling you.
Shit, she was moving.
Tommy ran away from that like niggas run away from accountability.
Listen, like niggas run away from child support.
Yep. Hello.
Like, whoa.
There you go. Bringing it full circle. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Tommy was like,
and C's, if we being honest.
True. But Tommy was like, I'm running away from you now.
She wasn't even like that. She was like, I got to get the fuck away from this crazy bitch.
Right.
She was like, I ain't for this shit.
Well, we know one thing. We know Erica Mena is crazy.
Literally. She was like, shit, it's you documented for being crazy. I got to get the fuck. Not only are you coming on strong, I already know you crazy.
Right.
Erica Mena, I'm trying to get between them legs. Like, no.
And it was weird because it's like just because you a woman don't mean another woman wants you coming on strong like that.
Right. Like you don't need to talk to her like you a nigga just because y'all two like you don't need to do that.
Right.
It was just it was weird. It was cringeworthy to watch. Like she just at first I was like, okay, Erica Mena, she trying to spit a little game. Okay. And then it escalated quickly.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like on Twitter when you see women talking about like this dude, I followed this dude and then like as soon as I followed him, he sent me a dick pic.
Right.
That's what it reminded me of.
Right.
You like, and I get what I want. Like, sit down.
Ugh.
Right. You're doing a lot right now, sis.
And they're been attractive. She wouldn't even have to ask me all of that. I would have just got naked. But the thing is, if you're serious about getting to know somebody, stop talking to them like they a piece of meat.
Right. Like that shit is not flattering.
If Erica had been a man, I'd have really been grossed out. Like, okay,
I'm equally grossed out. I realized that, and that was my first thought. I was like, if she was a man, this would have really been worse. But then at the same time, I'm like, but it's the same because it's gross no matter what.
Yeah, I wanted Erica to handle herself a little better. Like, if you really like this woman and you really trying to get her to consider fucking with you on some romantic shit, why don't you treat her with some goddamn respect?
Right. And this is the first time you meeting this woman. And this how you act? Like, no.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was hell. Like, matter of fact, you specifically invited someone else so that they would bring her. Like, you had a whole setup. Like, that shit is hella weird. I would have done the same. Matter of fact, Tommy was a lot more gracious than I was because I'd have been like, okay, well, it was nice meeting you. But you know, the chicken spot closes at a certain time, and I'm just gonna have to go ahead and go. But I appreciate you.
Curtis, shut the hell up.
And then
I'd have been like, listen, Wendy's closed at 10.
Listen, I'd have been like, you know, when the club get out, the line at the drive-thru be too damn long, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and skedaddle, sis. But I appreciate the invitation. And then that weird shit, she's like, I'm giving you my bracelet so you can't go nowhere. I was like, see, that's the shit I don't like.
Hey, nah, Tommy was like, you thought, bitch.
Right.
He in his bracelet out.
Ooh. And that bracelet was ugly, but you know, that's I was like, when she opened the box, I was like, that shit ugly.
Can I also say I'm tired of these Mona fabricated friendships?
Listen. Because I'm like, how are Erica Mena and Melissa how? I don't get that. Anyway, I think we've lollygagged enough. Let's get to the good shit. Let's get to the main event.
Cool.
So, first and foremost, Jasmine. I'm trying not to disrespect this woman. But bitch,
never change, friend. Never change.
I'm sorry. That. Oh man, I'm just.
Curtis tried. He tried.
I really did, but that whole thing fucked with me. I'm like. I'm trying to figure out, why do you want to talk to Rashida? What does Rashida have for you?
First of all, hold on, not to cut y'all, Curtis, not to cut y'all real quick, and I'm gonna let you get back to it. First of all, me and Candace, we legit covered this on the show last year. You made a whole ass diss record to Rashida last year. We covered it on the show.
And again, I don't understand. Why are you going at Rashida? What does Rashida have to do with it? What does Rashida have to do with it?
I was listening. First of all, if you really was interested in having a conversation with Rashida, you're not gonna show up at her goddamn store and place a business where she make money, trying to have no fucking chit chat and sit down.
First and foremost, you would have done what they always do on these shows and had the producers make y'all a reservation at some restaurant, and then y'all both walk in, and then y'all talk, and then drinks end up being thrown. That's the formula. You don't go to nobody place of business.
Right. And then just walk up like, hey, I'm Jasmine, you may know. And her daughter's like, bitch, I know who you are.
Yeah. But that was fucked up because she was like, I know who you are. But nobody knew the results of the paternity test except for Kirk and Rashida and Jasmine.
And shit, Kirk and shit, niggas before Kirk even told Rashida.
Yeah, everybody guessed, but you know, to have like the actual results of the test definitively.
No, I'm saying before the episode before he told Jock and all them rest of them niggas before he told Rashida.
Oh shit, I missed that.
Yeah,
but you know what? I'm not surprised because he fucking trash anyway.
Right.
But I would like to know, like, why do you want to talk? If you talking to Kirk, the father of the fucking child, through lawyers, what is having a conversation with Rashida gonna do? Like, I feel like you just trying to be messy because there's no reason for you to sit and have a conversation with Rashida. Yes, that's his wife. But that's not who you need to be dealing with. If you're not even going to deal with him directly, why deal with the wife directly? That does not make any sense. Does not compute. I am confusion.
Because first of all, if you wanted to clear the air, you should have did it a long time ago. And then before even that, you shouldn't have never fucked with Kirk, which right. I appreciate her mama telling her that.
Yes. Now, I don't appreciate her mama being up there with her hair looking the way that it did. However, because you are in a place of business. I'm sorry. But I'm just, if I'm a woman and I'm going to a boutique to get some cute clothes, and somebody sitting behind the register with their hair looking like that, I'm gonna be like, this is probably not the place for me to be.
Purple hair.
You know, I gave her a pass on the purple hair. I was like, maybe she just watched The Fifth Element or something. So
yeah, I was talking about Jasmine Mama when they had that scene with her and Jasmine.
No. Yeah, we'll get to that. I was talking about Rashida Mama.
Yeah.
Rashida Mama up there.
Wait, before we go on, can we discuss how in the first episode, Sean Garrett said he was fucking with somebody that they ain't know, and it just turned out to be Carleo loose pussy ass?
Listen, I don't pretend to understand heterosexual men. However, it still begs the question, what the fuck is so great about Carly Red? Like, I just don't get it.
She must got a mouth that's a Hoover vet.
Listen, she got to have the antidote between her legs because I don't get it. And that's not to take away. I mean, she's never mind. I don't.
Right, I was finna wait for you to come up with this line.
Yeah, I was about to lie, so never mind. Yeah.
You tried, friend. You tried.
Never mind. Good luck, everybody. But yeah, so I did appreciate Jasmine's mama and her grandmama being like, sweetie, you fucked up. Like,
yeah,
let's just call a spade a spade. Acting like you didn't fuck up is not going to solve anything.
Well, Jasmine is a clown, and when she was talking to Rashida Mama, she admitted that she knew Kurt was married. She didn't. Her mama and grandmama talking about, yeah, he took advantage of me.
Right. Trying to spin and it was just like, so what's the truth? Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? Or does it depend on which mama is listening?
It definitely depends on which mama listening.
Because she definitely was like, oh, he took advantage of me. Yeah, he's so much older than you. But you knew he was married. He married to a famous person. And he is, I mean,
he married to an Atlanta legend. Girl, bye, please. You knew who he was.
You knew who the fuck he was. I mean, first of all, I'm questioning because he looks the way that he does. So I'm questioning why you would even fuck with him in the first place. Talking about, oh, we just was drunk, and it just, mama was like, that ain't no fucking excuse. Like, are you stupid?
Right.
But however, like I said, I question your judgment because Kirk
gotta be sedated. You gotta be goddamn near in the coma to want to fuck Kirk ugly ass.
Listen, Kirk looks like, you know what Kirk looks like? Kirk look like
if you burn the toast and then try to scrape
it. You know those old commercials where Smokey the Bear used to be like, only you can prevent forest fire, and they would like throw the water on the fire?
Curtis.
He looks like the aftermath of when you throw some water on like a wood fire.
Curtis.
That's my name. I don't know what y'all want me to do because I have to tell the truth. You've heard what happens when I try to lie on this show. It just does not happen. I cannot tell a lie.
Fair. Yeah, Kirk.
I'm not gonna act like Kirk don't look like a campsite full of soot. I'm just not going to do it.
Yo, that reminds me of one of the funniest tweets I think I ever seen on Twitter where somebody said Lil Wayne looked like a cotton ball dipped in soot. That's one of the funniest tweets I ever seen on Twitter.
Ooh, you know what Kirk looked like? Kirk looked like a bag of activated charcoal.
He does.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I was finna say he definitely looks like a bag of bones that was roasted by a Charizard.
Yeah, he do look like roasted bones.
Good.
Right before you start, like roasted beef bones before you make your beef stock.
Agreed. Yeah, but Jasmine, Don't also like I agree. I appreciated her mama, her grandmama saying you wrong, but then I was also looking at them funny because it's like,
take advantage of you, man, bitch. Listen, let me tell you something.
That would be true if she didn't know that he was married, but she knew and she did it anyway.
Exactly.
She knew. Jasmine listen. I could tell by the type of niggas Jasmine fuck with, like the
scammer nigga.
Yeah, Rod. That bitch. That she schemed, she planned, and she plotted that, and she need to own. She need to the fuck own it.
Okay, because what I was about to say was, it sounded like Jasmine, her mama, and her grandma are all like, he took advantage of you because you're not getting no money out of the situation. To me, that's what it sounded like, because you knew he was married, you knew exactly who he was, and you did it anyway, and now you're sitting here looking crazy because it's been 2 years and he had to be forced to take a paternity test, XYZ. And I really feel in my heart of hearts, that's why you want to talk to Rashida. Like, you trying to get a financial situation going.
Yeah.
We're not surprising.
Otherwise, I don't see the need to talk to Rashida. Like, you want to talk to Rashida so Rashida can talk to Kirk to get something going.
I can see it.
I don't see any other reason for you to want.
Because her and Rashida ain't got shit to talk about.
Like, if she barely talking to Kirk, why would she talk to you? That you not even talking to Kirk. I just don't get that. You know, so it's like her mama, you know, it's like one of them, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because it's like, yeah, her mama gave a slight drag. But then, like I said, they were basically still trying to excuse that he took advantage of you. No, if y'all was drunk, like you just said to your mama, then he did not take advantage of you. You knew what you was doing. Why would you get drunk with a married man in a position where y'all could have sex? And that's not trying to blame, like, that's not even blaming her. Like, take responsibility for what you did.
Right.
That was a plan. That was a scheme. And the scheme is not working out the way that you wanted it to. So now everybody looking crazy.
Right.
And there's no other reason to fuck Kirk Frost. There's no other reason. Especially when you know that nigga got 7 other kids or 6 or however many fucking kids he has.
All of them.
Which I still don't understand. Look at him.
Right. But yeah, Jasmine is looking like ain't no looking like she's
an opportunist. Yeah.
Opportunist, and the true person that's innocent in all this and this bullshit is that baby.
So let's move on. So when they had the family meeting, because, you know, Rashida's mama went home and told Rashida, and Rashida responded the way we expected Rashida to respond.
Right.
So they call a family meeting, and
his ugly ass.
Because the fact that Kirk sat there out of his mouth in that confessional and said he was hoping that she was going to call off the separation and he could move back home. I was like, nigga, are you crazy? Are you stupid?
Stab him.
Anyway, so he walked in there, and I appreciated his daughter was dragging his ass.
For filth.
His daughter was like, who is this bitch? Like, who does she think she is to come to the shop telling me what she was telling me? And even despite all of that, the kids were still like, I mean, yeah, I guess that's our brother. Because they better than me. Because you have a cheat baby on my mama. I don't want to know. I don't want to know the little nigga. I'm sorry. Yes, the baby is innocent, and I don't wish no ill will on the baby. I hope my father and his mother do a great job taking care of him. I don't want to know him or her. So the fact that they were even with, I'd be Beyonce to the shit. Who? I don't know her. I don't know him. So the fact that they were even willing to be like, yeah, that's my brother. I got a new brother.
Yeah, the way they said it though, I listen. I feel you, Curtis. I do.
You could hear it in their voice. It's like,
but it
we accept that the child is innocent, and that's our family member, but we still are like, nigga, you fucked up. Like, you fucked up the whole
because I
family.
was gonna say, that's how it came off. Like, the anger obviously wasn't at the child, but it's at Kirk. Like, nigga, what the fuck?
Meanwhile, he like, I hope everything good and I can move back home. Yuck.
Right.
Fucking
Like, boy, what? Yeah, I can't say. I put it like this. I understand if, you know, I put it like this. I would have understood if they were like, you know, we don't wish ill will on the child, but we don't want nothing to do with the child. And as much as I understand, like, nigga, you fucked up, but we're gonna take that out on you, but not this child. Like, either way, I get it.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. But, you know, like I said, mostly because, you know, of course, niggas being niggas, the sons were just kind of like, oh, I mean, he just got to take responsibility for what he did. And the daughter was like, you need to get that hoe in check. You know? So I was like, of course, it's the woman that's like, you need to put her in her place. Like, don't have her. She don't need to be going around looking for mom. She don't need to be going around. She don't need to be in my face. I don't want to talk to her. Like, that's your situation. You need to handle it. We should not all have to deal with her for any reason.
Right.
He was just like, I don't know why she was trying to talk to Rashida.
It's like, nigga, bye.
You know exactly why she's trying to talk to Rashida. The same reason any woman who slid on your dick for whatever reason would be trying to talk to Rashida. Because they know Rashida is the fucking money.
Exactly, because the damn show ain't your ass.
Obviously. If she talking to your ass through lawyers.
Right. So, but yeah, fuck Kirk.
So,
like
yeah.
even in that, he wasn't even taking accountability. Like, you just...
He just a fuck nigga through and through. And it makes me so sad because Rashida is so beautiful. So to see her having been going through this shit for so long, it's been years.
When
it's been multiple seasons. She should have been left that nigga.
Stabbed him.
Not even stab him, because then you run the risk of going to jail. Just leave and take your money with you. Let that nigga suffer. However, I do have to say that Rashida in her confessional, I was like, she was dressed like she kind of looked like a video game villain, but that's okay.
Like a Kingdom Hearts villain.
Yes.
Like a Organization 13 member.
Yes. All of the above.
Yeah, we here, friend. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All of the above. Beautiful, beautiful gowns, beautiful woman.
Right.
But she definitely looked like a villain from Charlie's Angels.
She did.
Her confessional. I was just like, this hair and these shoulders. It's a lot going on.
It's a lot. You know what she was looking like? She was looking like a villain from Totally Spies.
Yeah. All of the above.
Beautiful Rashida.
Yeah. Beautiful Rashida.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Got something else for Love and Hip Hop.
Nah, that's pretty much it for Love and Hip Hop. Just, you know, both Jasmine and Kirk are trash.
Yes.
And that baby, unfortunately, is in the shit because two adults were being trash.
Two adults made a conscious decision to be trash.
Right, and now that baby gotta suffer the consequences of two adults being trash, which is trash in itself.
But guess whose responsibility that is not? It is not Rashida's.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct.
And for anybody that's like, well, that's his wife. So no, she doesn't. She's not obligated because he stepped out on their marriage.
Right. And again, it makes it worse because even Rashida said, like, I am not going to have any ill will towards this child because the parents are trash. She even said that herself, which makes it even worse that Kirk did that shit.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I did have a note, and in the end, I don't have nothing else. When she said that, and I get it, but because it's Rashida, it sounded to me like she was using the baby's innocence to justify Kirk and his fuck shit. Now, what happens remains to be seen. And in any other situation, if someone else said that, I would be like, okay, that's fair. That's very mature of you. But because it's Rashida, I'm just like, my niggy sense is like, we got to watch this because she could, I don't know, she could use this as justification. And then next thing you know, Kirk done moved back and, oh, we a family. We gonna move on as a family. And we just got a new addition, you know, that's it. And please respect our privacy during this time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I hope that's not the case, but just given who it is, I'm just like, no. Like with the baby innocent. So Kirk, I guess I don't know.
We'll have to monitor that. That is a good point. We'll have to monitor that. But so that's it for, well, at least for the stuff that Curtis got notes for. And we've been running kind of long, so I'll wrap up real quick. So we had the season finale of Little Women Atlanta. Little Women Atlanta been pretty dry. That's why we ain't been covering it. The only thing I got is that Tanya and Devon, Devon, I think that's how you say his name. He took back his proposal to her. He don't know if he want to get married. So they asked go to New York, and Tanya's old boyfriend pop up like exes usually do. Niggas always have a to put it like you said, Curtis, a nigga sense. A nigga sense when somebody done moved on or there's trouble afoot. And
that's a fuck nigga sense.
There you go. So he back and causing trouble, and now Tanya don't know what the hell she want to do. Sam's boyfriend stood her up. And honestly, Sam, girl, Sam, baby, you just met the nigga, and it's long distance at that, and you want him to meet your parents and all of your friends. Like, I get it, him bowing out at the last minute for work, quote unquote, was a fucked up move. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, girl, did you honestly think like you moving light speed fast? Y'all ain't been dating that long, and you already want this nigga to meet your whole ass family and everybody that love and care about you. Like, Sam, girl, what you doing? Please. But they reconciled and all that. That's nice. Abira and Juicy. Now,
Juicy baby.
Now, Abira. So Juicy managing Abira, right? And so Abira decides her ass is gonna fucking get back into the music or whatever, artistry or whatever, and her ass decides that she gonna fucking get a gig while they visit in New York, and then she gonna lie to Juice. Well, she ain't lie. She just said that, you know, I got a gig. Don't worry about it, Juicy. After they had that fall out, whatever, they go to a club. Ain't nobody in the goddamn club. Turns out it's a strip club, and turns out Abira done got her ass back on the pole and stripping, and Juicy is just disgusted, and it's like, oh no. And they had this big falling out or whatever. And I just want to know why Juicy is acting like she not used to ratchetry when she worked with Ricky Smiley. Like, I don't understand. I don't know what's happening. Somebody let me know what is going on. I'm thoroughly and utterly confused. Beautiful gowns, I guess. Beautiful gowns. But that was it. That's it for Little Women Atlanta. It's going off. Like, we'll have less to talk about with that because I don't even know if we're gonna have a reunion or not. But that's pretty much it for that. Marriage Boot Camp. We pretty much only watched that for Jim Jones and Chrissy and Mama Jones. Also, I didn't know that fucking because I had to play catch up because I missed the first episode. Fucking Renee, I knew I recognized Renee from somewhere. Renee from fucking Mob Wives is on
Oh
Marriage
yeah,
Boot Camp
yeah.
Family Edition. And speaking of Mob Wives, rest in peace, Big Ange. Fuck Council.
Yeah.
Mob Wives, I miss Mob Wives. Mob Wives was good.
I mean,
But
but Renee batshit crazy.
yes she is. Yes she is.
Holy shit.
Yes she is. She was crazy on Mob Wives. She crazy on him.
She worse now.
Yeah. But yeah, Marriage Boot Camp. That's I think the only thing. Yeah, Renee crazy, and Mama Jones and Chrissy and Jim was not having it when that girl sat in Jim lap. They was not having it
At all.
First of all, I can't remember if it was Chrissy or Mama Jones was like she better be ready to throw down because bitch. But that's it, because we only tune into that show really for the people of color. And then lastly, Grown Up Hip Hop Atlanta, that had the finale. Ayana is back and is just as annoying as before her surgery.
Correct.
But she did need to have that surgery because they showed the before and after pictures, and I think we talked about it before on this show. Her titties were way too big for her frame, and she was gonna end up having major problems. So she needed to have that surgery.
And she looked before she could look fat, even though she wasn't, because her titties were so big.
Yeah,
like she really was shaped like a letter P.
Accurate. But good for her. But she back to being annoying. But speaking of her and Brandon had to sit down about this interview, and the moment we give Brandon props, the next week he immediately makes us go back to like, nigga, what the fuck? Because speaking of accountability, that nigga dodged all accountability for the fucked up shit he said in that interview. And then when I asked him, like, do you honestly think the things that you said in that video, people don't have a right to look at you or ask you like, hey, what the fuck? And this nigga tried to flip it on her and was like, but you know the real me. Nigga, that ain't got shit to do with what we talking about with this goddamn interview and the fucked up shit you said. So the minute we give this nigga a little bit of a okay, he go right back to bad Brandon. But whatever. We said last week, or the week before that we had to see, did Deb really give Bow Wow all the information about the school when he didn't show up before we had to say that Bow Wow was wrong? Yeah, Bow was wrong. He was, because he sat up there and lied to Deb, talking about he didn't give her his word. Then they wrote the receipts back and they wrote the footage, and he damn sure dead ass said that, yeah, I will be there and all that. So Bow was wrong. He was wrong. And then also the last thing worth noting, the brat can go to hell. I'm sorry. The brat can go to hell. I'm sorry. The brat can go to hell. I have this show. Yes, London. This show has made me loathe the brat so hard for how she treat Bow Wow. So hard. I know we say that every week, but goddamn, brat.
I think Candace is the one who said it in the group chat that basically it just looked like the brat is jealous of Bow Wow's career.
Yes,
she is,
because she didn't have that. Not to say that she couldn't, but I mean, when you do clownery, or should I say, when you do bottlery,
Curtis, go away.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking bottle.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying.
But you are absolutely correct.
She absolutely is jealous of Bow Wow, and it just shows. And the crazy thing is, We haven't heard no music from the Brat since she tried to be sexy when she got out of jail.
Right.
And it's just like, I get it. You feel like you can compete, but the fact of the matter is JD never had no artist as successful as Bow Wow on So So Def, and that's just the fuck that. And we just gonna call it what the fuck it is. And that's why he gonna always let Bow Wow come back, because when Bow Wow on So So Def, he make fucking money.
Correct.
Period.
So
meanwhile, you sitting there not making him any money.
Correct.
You're a fucking house cat, and all you do is follow JD around, yipping at his goddamn feet over Bow Wow. Yip, 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 yip. Bow Wow doing this. Yip, yip, yip. Bow Wow doing that. Bitch, shut up. Go put your strap in the dishwasher.
Right. And this
well,
is
not real quick. You know, currently her strap is on tour with that Set It Off stage play, and
beautiful gowns.
No, not beautiful gowns. No,
like you got everything in the world to say about Bow Wow. Where your album at? You playing by JD rules. Why your album ain't out?
Right.
Fuck it up.
Why the last song we know from you is What Do You Like featuring Tyrese?
You doing all that ass kissing for JD, and you in the lesser position of Bow Wow because he got a completed album ready to come out.
There you go.
Tell me what the fuck the truth is. What is the truth?
And on this season finale, Bow and JD and Brett got into it. Bow called his mama, and his mama more or less said what JD, because I'm not even going to acknowledge the Brett. His mama basically said what JD said, but not in the asshole-ish controlling way that JD and the Brett have been saying all season. And so JD and Bow Wow made up or whatever. Then in the goddamn at the end, like Bow speaking of how trash the Brett is, Bow Wow gonna text the Brett like, hey JD, me and JD cool now. We got a plan. He gonna mix the shit. We gonna speed up, I'm gonna let him handle it, but we gonna work together. It ain't gonna take a year and a fucking day for him to do the shit or whatever. And the Brad ass gonna say, that's good, go get the music. I'm glad that you and JD cool, but we aren't cool and it's not over. Bitch.
What is this? Why does she put a to be continued on the shit? Like, this is real fucking life. This is not a video game. What you mean?
First of all, it wouldn't be no we aren't cool if you would have stayed your Oshbigosh Posh ass out of the shit when it was really between JD and Bow Wow. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
So basically, all I can surmise is that the Brat needs to keep this going because otherwise she has no reason to be on this show.
Correct.
There you go.
That's all I got, because you're not in the studio. You're not making no fucking music. You're not managing nobody. You're not producing for anybody. You're not writing for anybody. You are literally just there being a house cat.
With bad braids.
Well.
So, but yeah, that's all for this week. That's all.
Real quick, before we end the show, y'all check the group chat real quick.
Oh, I
already seen that. I just seen that shit. Get away from me.
That is funny.
It is.
Why her face look like that? Oh, OT.
Anyway, for that. But yes, we are gonna end this because I know we've been running long, but it's been a while since Curtis been on, and y'all niggas will be all right. Y'all gonna get y'all lives to this shit. It's fine.
Listen, as many times as y'all said my name, like I really said some fucked up shit on the show, they should get their life.
You sure?
I told the truth is what I did. Thank you so much.
You sure?
I'm positive. I told the truth and nothing but the truth.
You are doing amazing, friend.
I damn sure am.
But thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all. Keep supporting the show. We thank all of you. Keep supporting Gay Side Stories. Our friend really is doing amazing with Gay Side Stories.
Yes, I appreciate y'all for always plugging and anybody that listens, you know, new listeners, old listeners, and all that good stuff. I appreciate it.
Yes. It is Easter. If you know, I'm basically here to look at y'all, look at y'all children be adorable and shit, including my niece London. She will be serving looks.
She
Um,
will be serving looks. She definitely will.
that is correct. And so yeah, and
Oh
also
yeah.
it's not only is it not only is it Easter, it's also April Fool's Day. Like what the fuck?
Oh, it's been food, so
Shit,
it
I
ain't
forgot
really
about that.
no
No,
big
no.
deal.
You know what I saw, and I posted it a couple of days ago, but it's Easter, April Fools, and rent due. Like I just,
Nigga,
I
get
like
the
what's
hell
really
up.
going on? What's really going on?
That's how I know this must be the wrong Easter day, because God wouldn't have did this on the resurrection.
That is a
The
valid
God,
point.
Be like, oh, y'all thought I was dead? April Fools.
like the God I serve wouldn't allow no shit like this.
Right. This ain't nothing but white supremacy.
Correct.
So we're gonna get out of here. Y'all be good. Don't be wilding on Al Green's internet. Y'all gonna do that. I say that every week, like y'all ain't gonna do what y'all want, but you know it's fine.
Every week I listen to the shows and y'all stop being weirdos on the internet, and I'll be like, these niggas gonna get tired of saying that shit because they gonna do what they want to do regardless.
I know, right?
Correct.
But we're gonna get up out of here. And Curtis, give us the benediction.
This week's benediction is thou shalt not be Ricky Smiley ugly.
Ooh, and with that, I think that is a great way to close out. We will see y'all next week.
Peace.